Ready?
Yep.
Stars in flight.
You've never played with a sparkler?
Nope.
Run!
You've got to run with me. Come on.
Forever tonight.
I met a girl.
You met a girl?
Forever tonight. I came to town to, I don't know, escape.
I had some emotional problems, and now I'm broke. My life is in total shambles.
Do you want to do shots? Tell me how you know, how you know, how you know.
Thank you so much for talking with us today. I know I've already told you how much I really enjoyed this film, and that was in big part due to your performance. Because obviously you and Finn have great chemistry, but your charisma and charm just leaps off the screen. It's really great. And I don't want to give too much away because I do think I went in blind, not knowing anything. And I think that's the best way to go in. But obviously your characters get to know each other in kind of a short amount of time. And I'm wondering if you had to get to know someone over a span of a weekend, what is it that you'd want to know about them to see if you guys click?
Ooh, good question. I'd want to know about where they're from. I'd want to know about their family. I guess their favorite books.
Yeah.
I guess also seeing how they interact with other people would be a very important thing to me. But it was funny because working on this movie with Finn, it sort of echoed the actual movie itself because we didn't know each other at all before working on this film. And so we were getting to know each other in real time while we filmed this project. And we're learning about each other and asking each other and really trying to get into the little corners to be like, who is this person that I'm spending so much time with?
Right. Yeah. Was there anything about Finn that you feel like you'd want audiences to know that we may not know?
Finn, man, he's such a wickedly talented actor and a really generous scene partner. And I'd work with him on anything. He's very well adjusted. He's like, you meet him and you're like, wait, when is the other shoe gonna drop? There's gotta be something weird about this guy. And there is, it takes a while to get it out of him, but he's a weirdo just like everybody else. But he's very disciplined and always is doing his crossword and carrying his script around, and he's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, no, you two, it was great because it felt like you guys were having such real conversations. And so y'all, it worked out getting to know each other pretty well there. I will say too, that for me, romantic comedies and romances in general, they've always been my favorite genre. And growing up, I would watch them all the time, but I never saw anyone that looked like me getting the handsome guy. I never saw that. Even today, I don't think there's a lot of Persian lead actresses that are getting roles like what you just had. And I was wondering, how does it feel for you to get to play this role and have so many young girls and women who are usually underrepresented finally get to see themselves through you, especially with everything going on in the world today?
Yeah, that's a really, really good question. I too, growing up, baby Zoe, I loved film. I shared that with my mom, and I grew up on Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers romantic comedy films, and it was always very confusing to not ever see myself up there. And it is not lost on me how meaningful it is to be on the big screen with the face that I have, and to center more faces like these. And I do think often, that to me, beyond myself, beyond it being a career high for me, it's much bigger than that. And I do feel that every time I'm in a project and get to be on in a TV show or in a movie, that it is political, like it just is. And especially right now, I think that there is an urgency to center our faces and our stories. And it is a part. So I think storytelling plays a part in dismantling some evil that is deep within this country and has been since its inception. And I think our industry is getting there. I think there's a lot of work ahead of us, and there needs to be a Persian American lead. There needs, and who gets the handsome guy. And but yeah, I think marginalized stories need to be foregrounded, and I think that's essential in curing a lot of the illness in this country.
Yeah, it goes back to how powerful of a tool film can be, because it's one for the people who do feel underrepresented. I mean, it can like lower your self-esteem and make you feel like, oh, well, this is what beauty is. And then, but also for the people in the world to see that we are just like everybody else. Like there's shouldn't be a divide in any sense. We're all the same.
Totally. And actually, when you reached out, I clicked on your Instagram handle and I was like, oh, I want to meet with this person, because it's exciting that we are both involved in this, on different sides of this industry. And it actually made your face and what you represent to me made me more invested in doing this interview, because I was like, yeah, this is a person I want to have this conversation with.
Oh, thank you. That means so much. I feel the same way. It's getting better now, like you said. Like I think there is more representation now.
Yeah, it feels like it's happening in real time. It feels way overdue. Mm-hmm. I feel lucky to have been born, when I was born, because there are so many performers that have paved the way for me to get to this moment. But it is wild in 2021 for it to still feel radical to see certain faces on the big screen. But necessary, because I think the experience of growing up and not seeing yourself represented in the media can really lead to this feeling of invisibility. Yeah. Am I here? Am I important? Is what I think of value? I think that's the power of media, and it's the power that's why I'm invested in you and what you're doing, because it's we should be occupying these spaces, and it hasn't always been the case, but that's shifting.
How does it affect you just in general with everything going on as far as,
the it's been terrifying and gutting, and I really am navigating fear for my Nana, who came over when she was 7 from China, for my dad, for my sister, for my Asian friends, for people I don't know. I think that if anything good comes out of this, it is that people are finally acknowledging something that has been there for a long time. Anti-Asian sentiment is not new. No. And I see our community starting to really vocalize their protest and their pride. And that has been very moving to me.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, there's just more being written about it. People are talking about it. I think that is important. But there's a lot of heartbreak, and but I'm so grateful to have family and friends and community that reaches out and checks in and affirms my experience and champions me. And I hope to do that for those I love too.
For sure. It's interesting because I know you automatically worry more for like your elders. I feel like that's whenever stuff like this happens, like, I don't know, I automatically would worry more for like my dad. If the roles, so I'm sorry that you have to go through that too. But I do think that luckily what I am seeing with media is that more people is like are supporting the anti-Asian hate, which is, it's just like with Black Lives Matter, when that happened, I saw so many people, a lot of white people that I know just like stepping up. And I feel like that immediately happened again. And I just hope it continues. I hope it continues, that this support where we're all like fighting racism.
Yeah, totally. And and you say, I'm sorry, but I really feel a kinship, and like I feel like we're in it together, but it has been very moving to see white allies step up and to see people like doing the anti-racist work that they say they're going to do, and then showing up like that. It helps to see that.
And I was wondering, so when you were growing up, I know you mentioned Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, all those, but I mean, were there women that you did connect with, even if they didn't necessarily look like you, but you connected with them in any other level?
Yeah, I mean, I remember Christy Yamaguchi and Connie Chung and Tia Carrera. Like I remember perking up whenever I saw them, because I was like, there's something similar. I can't quite put my finger on it. Because I also grew up in a sort of post-racial household. I don't know, we never really talked about race, which was kind of confusing. So yeah, I remember being like, oh, this like hits differently. But also feeling like, okay, they're kind of an extension of me, but not entirely. I relate, but also I don't. And so I really perk up now whenever I see, someone, a female of color on screen doing their thing. And
Yeah. Well, I know that you've already been in a lot of projects already. Particularly one of my favorite is your role in Love Life. I think you had the best character arc by far in that. But I was wondering, out of all the film and television roles you've done so far, which character would you say is the most like you, and how so?
I think that I did a Facebook series that was created and directed and conceived by my friend Mia Ladovsky, and it's called Strangers, and it's still out on Facebook, and it's 2 seasons. And I think I really do identify with Isabel a lot. I think there are lots of colors that we both share, but I do also think that Sarah Yang, minus some of her scarier vices, I think if you were to marry Isabel and Sarah, somewhere there's Zoe in there.
Yeah. I want to finally wrap up with a few would you rather questions related to Long Weekend a little bit, and you can just explain why you picked them. Would you rather be serenaded to or run in the park with your partner with sparklers?
I think I'd rather run in the park with sparklers.
Okay.
I get nervous when people sing, sing at me or sing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get nervous. I empathize with performers, and most people are so terrified when they sing.
Yeah.
I get terrified when I sing, and so I think the other feels less nerve-wracking.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. So would you rather go watch a matinee showing of a film or a midnight screening?
I guess it's hard to be indoors when it's sunny out and you don't want to miss the day, but a midnight screening is so late to me. Especially during this pandemic, it's my bedtime is way before midnight. So I guess the matinee.
Yeah, it can be a short movie.
Yeah, and you have popcorn for lunch.
Exactly. Would you rather have shots and drinks at a quiet bar or dance at a nightclub?
I think shots and drinks at a quiet bar. I am sounding like a geriatric, but no, the shots. Yeah. You're with people. Gosh, I miss shots and a quiet bar, but I also miss the club. I mean, not that I go a ton, but I both of them. I think it would be probably shots at a quiet bar and then going to the club.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I personally love you have more conversation when you're able to be at a quiet bar, and you're going to have some drinks to feel good too. So
yeah. Exactly. You got to connect with the people you're with and then leave it on the dance floor.
Exactly. Would you rather have no cell phone or no credit card?
No cell phone. Oh, wait, let me think this out.
Okay.
I have really bad direction, a really bad sense of direction. So I do really lean on my phone to get where I need to go.
Me too.
And I guess I can pay with my phone. But I don't like it. I don't like that I live that way. I guess I would say no credit card.
Okay. Good one. And it's not a would you rather, but if you could spend a long weekend getting to know anyone for the first time, who would you choose and why?
Getting to know anyone for the first time. Well, we've been talking about old movies a little bit, and I recently watched Katharine Hepburn movie, and she's not a new idea, but she's pretty rad in what she's doing back then. I mean, she's like just sort of like embodies a space that is like both female and male, and is wickedly smart. And you can see she kind of just like beats to, what is that expression? Like dances to the beat of her drum.
I think that's it. I think it's dances to the beat of her drum. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Yeah. And I think she's really, you get the sense that she's so much more than just even her like really charismatic performance. It's like, what is she thinking after we thought that, did that scene, and like, what is she eating? What does she think about that meal that she's eating? Yeah. So today I would say Katharine Hepburn.
Are you real?
You don't know everything about me.
Something's going on with this girl.
There's a reason I was drawn to you.